Stay tuned to the end of this episode for your chance to win Figma Red. Hey guys, welcome back to Toy Tengoku. This is our first normal episode after the, 3-year break?
3 or 4, something like that.
Our first 2 episodes were specials. We covered Mega Hobby Expo, we did a curry challenge, and now we're back on figure reviews. And as you can see from the title, we've got quite the nice
Something
Figma
here.
today.
It's still in its wrapping.
Ooh, fresh. How about we rip that open for them?
Okay, let's go for it. Well, Lindsay really wants to get into that.
There we go. Beautiful, fresh out of the protective cover. I didn't know what to call it for a sec. This is Figma Red, complete with 3 starter Pokemon.
Yeah, and quite the number of accessories as well, actually.
Yeah, so we're going to break that open, show you guys the accessory parts, how he looks with the different faceplate in, etc. But first, we wanted to do a little something special. So, David and I are new to this, and we realized we haven't really done a self-introduction yet. So we've brought a couple pieces from our personal collection, and we're just going to say a few things about them, and kind of how we got into our hobbies. And yeah, so let's check it out.
Okay, ladies first.
All right. Okay, so with me today is Makoto Kino from Sailor Moon and Luc von Fabra from Tales of the Abyss. I brought these 2 figures specifically because Sailor Moon was kind of the first big anime series I got into. Gosh, when I was in elementary school, I think. So yeah, I'm a 90s kid. And Jupiter was always my favorite, so when Mega House made these special school uniform figures a couple years ago, I picked it up right away. And Tales of the Abyss is my favorite, my absolute favorite game. And in fact, not only did I bring Luke here, I also brought my embarrassing Ita bag that I take to events. As you can see, there's quite a giant selection of rubber straps, cam badges, and other types of keychains, and even more on the back. Back is a work in progress.
How many of them did you win in an arcade?
In an arcade? Gosh, not many of these are from arcades actually, maybe just 3, but I am a pro at UFO catcher machines. Anyhow, so those are just some of my favorites. I watch a lot of anime. I think I said on Gunpla TV in the last episode, every new season I watch about 6 or 7 series, so I like anime a lot. So David, what have you brought for us today?
Okay, so I've brought some Hatsune Mikus, and this one's, this one's won in an arcade. And it's the 10th anniversary model.
Yeah, it's really nice. Like, I didn't know it was a prize figure at first because the quality of UFO catcher prizes have
got
increased.
A lot better, haven't they?
It's really impressive.
And this is the Nendroid Snow Miku. And she's very cute.
Yeah, and they make a new Snow Miku every year for the Sapporo Snow Festival in Hokkaido. And this is, basically her very first
This is vintage.
It's vintage.
But there's, as with all Nendroids, you can customize them with various faces and stuff. But I've gone for the very normal, plain looking one.
Yeah, she's really cute.
And because I'm an Xbox fiend, Final Fantasy 15 on the Xbox.
PlayStation all the way.
I got into the new one, Final Fantasy 15. I really liked Cindy, so I decided to buy her.
Yeah, and that's the Play Arts Kai, right?
Very maneuverable.
Lots of articulation.
Yeah.
Just lots of texture on her outfit.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about this is just that you can see under her arms. But apart from that, I think it's awesome.
It is amazing. And like if you have her arm in certain poses, you can't see the joint.
Yeah, that's why I don't like that. But aside from this, I am more into my Pokemon figures, my Evangelion figures. But a lot of them are over at my desk at the moment. But I will show them through the power of editing.
So yeah, that's us.
And
now we're gonna look at this very cool Figma Red.
Da-da-da.
So here he is, Figma Red. This is from, which game was it again? It's not the original Fire, right?
Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Oh, Fire Red and Leaf Green, okay. So my first game, Pokemon game, was Red. How about you?
My sister was red, and I think I had blue.
Really? I also had yellow because I just had to have the Pikachu, you know, on the screen following.
Probably one of the most popular versions. Oh, there we go.
There he is. And of course, he's got his 3 starter Pokemon with him. Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. Let's crack open this packaging and take a look. Okay, so Good Smile always does a great job with these little separator pieces that stops the paint from transferring during shipment. So he's got one around his neck there, and they just kind of slide out. You just got to tug around the edges.
Would you say paint transfer was the problem with Figma figurines?
You know, in my experience, I haven't seen it much, but I mean, this just prevents it from the rough travel, especially for overseas shipping, because it might get banged around a bit in the box. So there he is. Very nice, very nice. Satoshi only had a Nendroid, which was, you know, also called Ash in the English version. But Ash has never had a Figma. I would love to see one. So first I'm just going to get out all of the accessory parts real quick. They have a Pokeball in here, and it's under a bit of protective plastic. There we go. So there he is with all of his accessories laid out, and the stand and hands are in this bag, so I'm just going to cut this open real quick. Here we've got the stand. Arm. And a very nice assortment of hands. Except the open palm ones are preventing me from pulling it out. It's also got a spare wrist part there in case you have trouble with one of the ones currently inside of him. So let's look at the backpack. So it looks like I can just slip it on, maybe if I have both arms back.
No, you gotta rip them arms.
Well, should be alright. Figmas are pretty sturdy. There we go. So I'm just going to take that one arm off because it looks like I can slip this one on just fine. The straps of the backpack are made out of a flexible plastic, so there's a lot of give to them, I guess. And there's a plug in the back as well. And now he is ready to go off on his Pokemon adventure.
And what face is he modeling at the moment? Just the normal?
This is the standard one, and he only comes with one extra.
Is that the shouting one? Yeah.
So let's get that in so he's ready for business. You just slip off the hat and it comes off really easily. And the face just pops right off as well. He looks kind of like he's balding before you get the hat back on. Let's look at the posability there. His arms are a little stiff, which is great because it means that you can pose them very easily and that kind of...
It's going to stay there.
Yeah, it's going to stay. Legs are the same. They're easy to move, but they do have that...
So that's the hinge on the knees.
Yeah.
And
there's also a joint on the toes, so you can...
Almost.
And of course there's one on the waist, and there is a slight joint right here at, well, I guess these are the hips, at the waist.
That one looks a bit, so that's covered by the actual shirt, right?
Right. They kind of tried to make it look like a wrinkle of the shirt, but you can pose it slightly, and it doesn't have a lot of give, but it's just so you can get that extra bit of motion if you do want to pose him. So, let's get him on the stand. There we go. The stand also is really sturdy. I've got him actually off of it right here, and that just makes it so you can have a more wide range of posing options.
Yeah.
Because if he's right up on the stand, the pole will get in the way. But like this, you can pretty much do anything you want with only that one little arm sticking out the back of him. And then you can pose your little friends around the side.
So there is something to note here. There's all 3 starter Pokemon, but if you were lucky enough to get this at the Pokemon Center, you could have had a Pikachu as well. Good Smile as well would have given you a free Pikachu with your purchase.
Right.
I think there was a difference,
this one does not have the
wasn't
Pikachu. Yeah, one of them has a different expression, I believe.
So
Is that
the
correct?
winking Pikachu was from Good Smile, and the normal Pikachu was from the Pokemon Center.
All right, so I'm going to put the Pokeball in his hand so we can take a look at the last accessory. And
I like the
there's
fact
hand.
that it's a free, you know, the Pokeball's separate from the body. It's not sculpted into his hand.
Yeah, typically they sculpt the object into the hands, but with this one you just get the Pokeball, so you can place it in either the right or the left hand because he does have hands for both. And there you go.
So what hands do we have there?
Okay, so in addition to the Pokeball holding hand, he's got some standard open palm hands, a pointing finger for the famous "I choose you" type of pose, and then we've
one for
got
his cap as well, isn't it?
yes.
Yeah.
So this one is for holding the brim of his cap. Very cool pose as well. And then we've got 2 extra ones that are also for holding something, right and left. I think they might be able to hold the backpack straps.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'm not sure what the other intended use is, or if that is it. But, I mean, they have kind of a hole in them, which is usually like what you see for weapons, for sword handles or other types of weapons. But obviously Ash does not, he's not packing. He doesn't have a gun or sword. There are no examples of on the box of him using these hands. So it's kind of, I guess, up to you what you want to use them for. If you have other accessories, like from your other Figmas, you could probably use them with this.
Okay, welcome back. That was Figma Red, and now we have got quite a lot of additions to this episode.
Yeah, what's
So
going
why
on
is
with
that?
this? So for your chance to win Figma Red, what you got to do is go to HobbyLink TV and find episode number 43 of Toy Tengoku and leave a comment with which one of these beautiful figures you would like to see us review on the next episode.
And why you want to see them. So, what do we have here? We've got movie realizations. We've got 3 of them from Star Wars.
These have recently come out.
Jango Fett.
Darth Maul.
And the Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
They're all very cool, very Japanesey.
We've got Figma Tracer, if you want to see more Figma, as well as a different action figure. This is the Ruby Rose Super Action Statue.
And then we have the Ice Kirby.
Very cute. I really want
Nendroid.
that.
Yeah.
And Cu-Poche Baselard from Frame Arms Girls, and Victor Nikiforov from Yuri on Ice.
Now, so we want a comment, and we want to know which one you want to see. Plus, make sure you're subscribed. That's very important.
Yep. And we are brought to you by HobbyLink Japan. You can find us at www.hlj.com, as well as our social media channels on Tumblr, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram.
And remember to smash that like button.
And we'll see you again on episode 44.
Where we're going to announce the winner.
See you next time.
Goodbye.